Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my card and a cuppa for today. I've got my cuppa, nearly finished it actually. So let me just have a look and see if I'm up on my page and everything is okay. So bear with me a minute. Okay, looks like I'm up on my page, so that's good. Now I'm trying my streaming um, thing today. So I don't know how it's going to go, and I'm not sure about the volume. So let me know if there's any problems. I have bought a little lapel mic, but I couldn't work out how to put that on today. So I'll get hubby to help me with that. But apart from that, we're all good. um, so today I'm going to play. I'll put my little book away. It tells me how to connect my streaming software. Today we're going to play with some designer series paper, and they're simple cards, and I've actually copied a layout of a card that Gail Ellis did back with the petals. Hi Cheryl, can you hear me okay? Oh, hello Margaret, you can hear, yay. So yeah, I cased a layout of a card that Gail Ellis did a while back with oh, it was a petals paper. I can't remember what it was. It was pretty paper. Anyway, I've done it today with the By the Bay paper. Oh, very clear. Good. Good, good, good. Hi, Lynn. Yeah, the cooler weather is better. It's just a little bit muggy, but it is okay. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this with the shine, but when I switch over to my desk view, it might be a little bit better. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out. I'm just trying to work this out. Nope, that's no good. Anyway, I've used the By the Base Designer Series paper for this card and the hexagon die. It's called the Beautiful Shape Dies. You'll be able to see the card better when I put it up, when the phone's looking down on the desk. So we're going to recreate this same design, but we're going to use the Fancy Flora paper. And then I thought I'd just do another quick card as well with the Fancy Flora paper because it's so pretty. So let's switch over to my desk view. So let's just see if I can do this. Okay, I think that's right. That's right. I hope I'm not zoomed in too much. I'll put my lamp back on. Knitting madly while it's cool. Yes, Cheryl, that's a good idea. My dear old mum was an avid knitter in her day. She did some beautiful knitting projects. Um, I never got that talent. She tried to teach me how to knit, but it just never appealed to me. I did a little bit of crocheting, but I did find a big bag of wool and a whole lot of crochet hooks when I cleaned out her room at the nursing home. So the crochet hooks are great because Olivia's wedding dress is all button and loops down the back. So we needed a crochet hook, so that'll be easier to get on. But yeah, I thought I might keep that wool and the crochet hooks, and I might try and watch a few YouTube channels and teach myself how to crochet. Um, but yes, it's much better in cooler weather. I remember my mum saying that knitting in the hot weather and the heat wasn't that nice. Okay, so you can see the card better looking down. So I've got a bit of glue on that, and it's gone a bit yucky. There we go. I wish they'd sell this thing again. I use it so often. Okay, so I've used the beautiful shape dies, the gorgeous By the Bay paper, designer series paper, and the seashells embossing folder, and the go-to greetings to create this card. But we're going to recreate it, same colour palette, and I've already cut things out. So I've got my cardstock, I've got my Night of Navy. This embossing folder is in the annual catalogue and I've only just got it. It's called Pretty Flowers embossing folder, and I thought it went quite well. Let me just find the Fancy Flora. Is that it? Yes. So this is the Fancy Flora suite in the catalogue. I thought this embossing folder, that I thought it went quite well with. I don't have the stamp sets. I'm up front. I don't have either of the Fancy Flora stamp sets. All I got, I've got everything else. I've got the whole rest of the suite. I've got the glimmer paper, the gems, the ribbon, and the paper. I'm needing to order more of these too because I just love them so much. But I thought this embossing folder from the annual catalogue called Pretty Flowers sort of coordinated with the stamp set and so with the paper. So that's where I'm heading. that's the path I'm heading down. So I have already embossed my piece of basic white cardstock with that embossing folder. I'll lift that up. Now I have a delay when I'm streaming. I have a delay, so I just have to wait now until I can see my embossing folder. I'll have a sip of my coffee while I'm waiting. There we go. So can you see how beautiful that is? And I want to have a play with that and with blending brushes over the top. So I just think that's really pretty embossing folder. So that was a late addition from the annual catalogue to my stash. And because we're playing with this beautiful Fancy Flora Designer Series paper. So I've already pre-cut my hexagons. So let's start putting our card together. So this is thick basic white and I've cut it down lengthwise. Cooler weather is much nicer, Lynn. I do agree, 100%. So I'm going to put glue on the back of my embossed panel. Next time I go live, I'll have to show you the beautiful crochet hook. Whatever would you call it? Pouch, I suppose. It was patchwork. It is patchwork, and my mum made it, and it holds all. It holds all her crochet hooks. I don't know how to talk in the past or in the present. It's a bit weird. So that's attached to my Night of Navy matting piece, and I'm going to attach this straight down onto my card base. It was just such a find when I was going through her things. This gorgeous pouch thing she made, because I've done some patchwork as well and quilting, and Mum did that. And she was a clever old chook. So I might get my silicone mat out. So now I'm going to just place my hexagons. So I've just cut a few up from the paper. Great way of using up your scraps of designer series paper. If you have designer series paper and want to use scraps up, this is perfect. What a stupid thing to say. If you have designer series paper, we all have it, a mass of it. Okay, so I put this one with the hexagon pointing up. This time I might do it flat on the top just to mix it up a bit. So let me get my glue. Now I'm just going to glue this onto my Night of Navy hexagon, just a little bit off. Actually, how did I want to do it? I wanted to do it this way. That's right. So just leaving the top and one of the sides. Is that how I wanted to do it? No, it's not. Oh, look, you know what? Oh, well, let's go this way. That'll work. I was wanting to do it that way. Just turn it round. Honestly, you can tell it's Friday, can't you? I'm a bit dim. Okay, and this is a slightly smaller one. So I'm just going to place for now. And I had this one left over from that. And petal pink isn't a colour that's mentioned in the packet of the Fancy Flora, but I am convinced 100% petal pink is in there. Calypso coral definitely, but 100% petal pink is definitely in here as well. So I thought I might do that again. Let's do it that way maybe this time, having it on that side. So I'm just placing to get my bearings, just my bearings. And then I've got this little one that's the back of that one, I think. Could be the back of that one. Yeah. And that one's going to go there. And then I've got my little greeting die. This pack goes with a stamp set called Hello Beautiful. And I really haven't used it very much. And I just saw a few cards with the hexagons. And I thought, oh, I've got some of those dies. I think I'll just grab that out. And I've been using it quite a bit lately. So I think that's good. I think that's what I'm wanting. Okay, so let's attach this to the petal pink background. And we're going to have it like so, different to the top one, because we can do whatever we want. I could even do it this way. I might just do that. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this one first. I put all of these ones down flat, glued them on flat, except for that one. Okay, and we're wanting the top bit, aren't we? Just doing it this way around. Just holding it down, because when it's gluing onto a textured piece of cardstock, sometimes it takes a bit, and I think that's a bit crooked. Let's just try and redeem it before it sticks. Did I redeem it? There we go. That's okay. Okay, the next one I'm going to put down will be this one, I think. Yes. I'm not good at putting glue right over here because that's where it's going to hang over. So I'm just sort of letting it go with the flow. Make sure that's straight. Yes. This one's going to go down here. Before I want to put that in a bit. Before I glue that one down, I'm just going to place my other little ones. And that's going to be there. Okay, so let's glue this one down. And I'm moving that one in a bit. As I said, there's no right or wrong with card making. Now the beauty of these guys, they go through the mini cut emboss machine. So if you were thinking of joining, the mini cut emboss machine is one of the joining promotions you can do. And these beautiful shape dies go through that machine. The embossing folder doesn't. We do have some skinny embossing folders, and they do go through the mini cut emboss machine. Okay, so let's see where we're going with this. to make sure it's straight. There we go. And then I've got my little sentiment banner, and I'm going to do just a note as well, I think, from this one. And I've also got my Cottage Rose bundle out and the dies, and I've wound this one out in the rose gold foil because I thought we might be able to do something like so. So let me just get my just a note out because it's only a little tiny banner for the sentiment, so I had to think carefully as to which stamp set I used. Okay. So let me grab mine. Oh, look, you know what? I'll just do it over here. Yep. Okay. There we go. So that was in United Navy ink. Over there. Now I've just got to. This baker's twine, I don't think it's stamping up, but it's navy and it just worked. So I used it. I could put my sentiment up the top this time. Now I have lost my little leaf there, whereas these are all, everything else is all in place. So what I thought I might do is poke out my leaves, but keep my flowers intact if I can. Rather than just having the outline of the die, I thought that might be nice. And we might just sort of trim that little branch down. So I cut one of the shells out from the paper on that one. And okay, let's see how we go with this. I've lost the top piece. Oh, there it is. We can fix. We can fix. Just had a speedy car go past my house. Could you hear that? Hi, Deb. How are you? So is the volume going okay today, ladies? I'm just going to place that there. And I'm going to get my little bit that fell out. Glad you're good. And just with my tweezers, I'm going to poke it back in. It'd be a lot easier if I'd done it with adhesive sheet, but you know, hindsight's great. Okay. Oh, good, Margaret. I'm glad the sound's okay today. I know it was a bit of an issue the other night. Okay, so that's that. All right, now I've got a squawking bird outside. I can't win. Okay, so now I'm just going to put some dimensionals up on my sentiment. Put up there, and I'm going to grab this. I don't think this is Stampin' Up, but it's navy and it works. So I'm using it. I have a feeling a friend brought it back from Paris for me. I think that's where it came from. If Felicity watches my live, she can make a comment and tell me. That's where I think this one. What idea do you love, Lynn? What have I done? I'm not sure what I've done. I'm glad it was good because you said it's good, so I'm glad it's good. Okay, I could put the bow down here, but I don't think I will. I am going to snip off little this little end, just so that that's not quite so long. And I'll take the backings off my sentiment. Hi Joan, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm going to put my sentiment up the top because I think this is a bit too much down the bottom. So I'll pop this up here, and I will get my known sourced navy baker's twine because I cannot remember where it came from. And just with a glue dot, I'm going to pop that there. So even though this has got die cutting in it, it's still quite simple for beginner stampers. So if you've got a small cut emboss machine, let me see, shall I put it there? And just sort of make sure it doesn't cover over. I think so. Oh, is that going to cover up too much? Let's remove that before we get into trouble. And I might just put it below. There we go, that's better. Okay, and we'll get the pastel gems out because, as I said, I need to order more of these because I've used a lot. And I think I'll go with, these are meant to be gold. I can't see gold in those, but that's okay. Maybe it's my eyesight. I don't know if I want a big one. I think let's do some little ones. I like little ones. One here. So this is rose gold foil. Can't really see that one, can you? That's that card, and I just trimmed this one off with my instructions with a piece of designer series paper. So let me get some designer series paper. That's one of the ones we use there. And I might just go across the bottom of this card. Look at that. Not quite perfect. We've just decided we're not going across the bottom. So I'll do a 1.5 centimetre strip. And get rid of that. Get my glue. Honestly. And I'm just going to place it down the side. I will have to trim down the bottom. But that's another way of using up your designer series paper. There we go. Okay, so that's one hanging down. No, that's right. So that's card recreated, similar layout, different paper, different embossing folder. So that's one card, and because that was a quick card, I shall move it to one side, and I brought in my next card. So that's just A5 Whisper White, thick basic white. I use that a lot for my bases. Okay, so we've got a die. Now I've got a helicopter or something going overhead. I tell you what, it's just Action City here. Action City. Because we're opposite Hilton Moore Park, we get quite a lot of rescue helicopters land on the park opposite. So, yeah. Okay, so this die is from Sentimental Park. I've got this stamp set and the dies that match. I really like that. And I might just have to grab that. No, I'll do that in a minute. I shall do that in a minute. So I've just got 3 strips of 3 centimeters, I think it was. Let me just check. No, inches. Yeah, 3 centimeter strips. And they are 12.9 centimeters long. So I'm just going to add them to my card matting piece. And I always do the first one, the top and the bottom, or the left and right side first. Because then you can just center the one in the middle between the two. So if you've got the top and bottom or left and right sorted, centering's not really an issue. She says, watch your stuff up. Okay, and see, that's the same paper. I've just turned it over. Very hard to turn over, but I will. So my matting piece is 10 centimeters wide and 14.4 centimeters long. And then I've just done the 3 strips, 3 centimeters wide each. And I think 13.9 centimeters long. I think I said the wrong thing a minute ago. Sorry about that if I did. Okay. Let me just grab my sentimental bundle. Sentimental Park. Here we go. Here's Sentimental Park. That's a beautiful bundle. It's $91.75. So if you were to order this bundle, you'd qualify straight away for a celebration freebie. And this is the die. Whoops. It's that way around. But that's the die. Really lovely. Really like it. It's just a pretty die. So, just thinking. Whoops. Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent. For my launch, we did this card at my launch. And I stand for it in school party, and I think you can't really see it very well, so I will go up a notch, and we might even go up to Evening Evergreen. That's a big notch to go up. And I could still use my go-to greetings, or I could use something from the Cottage Rose. But let's use something from Sentimental Park. Now I've got to decide what to use. That's going to be the hard thing. Lynn, you haven't told me what idea I shared. I have no idea what I shared. So let's see. You can do a lot of combinations with this. Let's be thinking of you, hey? Let's celebrate. There's the you. We'll do that in a minute. Oh, there's this little. No, I don't want to do that. That's dear friend. Where's the thinking of you? Thinking of. Maybe this is it. It is. It was tricking me. I was expecting it to be smaller. Card idea. Oh, what? All the hexagons? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. I'm going to just practice down here. That looks pretty good. And I'm loving the photopolymer because I can see through them and I don't have to mount them and panic that I haven't got them straight. I'm really loving the photopolymer. Ah, thanks. I didn't know what I'd done. But you could do the same cards, squares or circles. It's not just limited to the hexagons. I haven't got another one of these cut out, so I want to go very carefully. Okay, like it when it works. Like it, like it, like it. Okay, very evening everything. And I'm just wondering, I have one of these still left. I don't know if that would be too much. We'll have to poke all the things out though because I've lost some bits. Okay, so I'm going to poke out these things on the flower because I've lost some. I might leave the little circles in. That might be good. Out. What's everyone been doing today? Just can't decide whether it's going to rain or whether it's going to not rain. I got caught this morning when I was out in a downpour. But that's okay because I was already wet. I'd been swimming. So that was okay. I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I can't, well, I can sort of say I claimed it because I've done one with circles before and, yeah, so any shapes work really well. I did one with circles with the, like an animal designer series paper. You could do hexagons. Now, I haven't touched that to the card yet because I'm still thinking about it. But I'm going to stick that there. And did I do that straight? I did not. Honestly. And I'm going to, I think if I tuck that in like that, that looks okay. I think that looks okay. I do. I really do. Okay, let's put a little bit of glue on this. And, you know, hindsight would be great, but I didn't think of that. I mean, adhesive sheets would be great, but I never think of it when I'm cutting out dies just to play. And see, they're flowers. I don't need the stamp set, see? That's what I'm trying to tell myself. I'm not sure if it's winning, if I'm winning at it. Now, where is the ribbon? There it is. Now, if that's poking up and I don't like it, I could put a little dimensional under that corner. Let's do a little bow maybe. Is that going to be too much? Let's attach this to our card base. Honestly, I'm all over the place, aren't I? Can't decide what I'm doing. So yeah, they are simple cards with the hexagons, but you need the cut and emboss machine. But if you've got like square punches or circle punches, you can use your punches for that. Okay, let's put this on. Let's see if Denise can get this straight. There we go. Okay, now I'm just wondering whether this would be a better bow. Because I think there's a bit too much of that colour going on. That is not straight, is it? Okay, that's got to be fixed. I just saw it on my computer. Okay, I'm fixing. I'm going in underneath and I'm snipping my dimensionals. Okay. I will pull those off. I cannot stand it if it's not straight. Okay, let's try again. So that's the easiest way to get your to get something off. If you put it on with dimensionals, get your scissors underneath and snip it. So let me just hold it up like this so I can focus. I do think that's better. That's great. Okay, I do think the white ribbon is the best option for a bow because it just breaks up the colour. And this seam binding ribbon is so versatile. And you can colour it with your blends. I do that sometimes, but I want white today. We can put that there. So let me just trim that down to perfection. Okay, I'm gonna just put it down the side. Trim it again. Okay. I do fuss over my bows. And get these beautiful gems again. There it is. We'll use the Calypso coral, I think, because it sort of goes with the rose gold, kind of. And down here. And here. There you have it. Let me tidy up. Okay. Get rid of all the bits and pieces that are everywhere. The sound's not good. Ah! Okay. So there are 2 cards now. Finished. I'm working on the sound, Deb. I'm working on it. So I hope you enjoyed those cards. Let me go back to my desktop. So I hope you enjoyed those cards. There's one, and there's number 2. I will take photos and put them up on my Facebook page. I am working on my sound and my technology, so I hope that improves for you. But that's my card and a cuppa for today. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for my Makeup Monday. Bye for now.